In this video we're looking at setting up some timber for doing some turning between centres. Between centres basically means we're turning it along this axis, and because it's between centres we need to find the centres. The easiest way to find the centre is just by marking a line along your diagonals at both ends, and that gives us the centre of the end of the piece of timber. So we do that at both ends so that our lathe centres can go into those. So we have one there, one there. Now where the spur centre is, which is the drive centre, we need to cut some grooves into the ends to make sure that that can actually bite in. So just sit your job down in the vise, and you only want to go down about 5mm. So one that side. Just enough to be able to allow those spurs to bite in, and then sitting it so it's got a firm base on it. Sit your centre mark in and just tap that in so that when that goes into the lathe, that's going to have a little bit more bite, so it'll actually turn your timber. We don't want to cut this end. This end just takes a dead centre, well, this one's a rotating dead centre, and it just goes in there, and that will keep the timber parallel to the tool rest. One other thing you need to do, or is good practice when you're first starting out using the lathe, is you want to take these sharp edges off your stock to minimise the chance of the chisel actually grabbing it and splitting it when you're first starting to turn. So using a jack plane, you don't need to take a lot off, just a little bit on both sides or on each of the edges. Turn it around, get my other two corners. As I said, that just basically takes the sharp edge off the timber so that now I've got less chance of the chisel actually grabbing that when I sit it into the lathe, and I can start out a lot cleaner.